Today we will be setting up the Laundry Boss POS scale. First, remove the steel plate from the box. Remove the plastic from it, but set this to the side. We will use this later. Next, remove the base and the stand from the box. Flip the base upside down and lay the stand on top of it so that the bolt holes line up. We'll see the 4 bolt holes on the bottom of the stand. Next, remove the small box of hardware from the box and locate inside of it the bolts. Remove the bolts from the package and set them aside. We will have 2 display bolts, which will be smaller, and 4 of the base bolts, which will be longer. First, we will need these base bolts. Insert the base bolts from above until they pass through. Place the nuts on the end of the bolt. Rotate. This may take a couple tries. This is not easy. The first few are especially difficult. I think we can just cut like the actual putting of screws in.
That's what I'm thinking.
Let's get to the end of the part where we put the screws in.
Yeah, once all the screws are in.
Once the final screw is in, be sure to tighten the nuts all the way so that it is flush against the base. You may need to use a wrench to hold and tighten these. Use a ratchet to tighten them down. Be sure they're all the way tight, or else the stand might wobble. If the feet are not attached, screw in the feet. Make sure that the feet are level, then flip the stand over. Pull the display cable out of the stand. Next, bring the display out. Flip it around so you can see it, and tighten down the screws on either side. Feed the display cable up through the provided channel and out the back. Turn the scale around so it faces you, and place the display cable in the port that it goes into. Screw down the security ring. Next, take the display screws and use them to mount the display to the stand. So just as before, drop them in and apply the nut. Next, we will be removing the shipping screws or loosening them. Rotate the nut around until it meets the top of the bolt. Then rotate the bolt until it is flush against the metal. Repeat this process for all 4 of the security bolts. After you've lowered the shipping screws, turn the point of sale back around. Remove the power cable from the box. Attach the power cable to the display. And plug it in. Next, remove the scale serial cable from the box. Attach the RJ45 connector to the back of the display. Screw it down for security. If this USB will reach to your display, simply connect it into the display. Ours will not, so we will be using the provided USB extension. Insert the USB extension in line and insert the other end into a USB port on your point of sale. This will bring up a message on the screen. Click Use by default for this USB device. Then click OK. Finally, turn your scale to how you would like it to be used and arrange the cables. Then place the plate carefully on the scale and power it on. If it has been configured correctly, the weight should change when pressure is applied. To check the calibration of your scale, if you have an object that you know the definite weight of, such as this 50-pound weight, you can use it to check the scale's calibration. Place a soft cloth, or in our case, a piece of foam, on the scale and hit the 0 button. Then, place your weight on the scale. If it is configured correctly, the weight should match the weight placed on the scale. As you can see here, ours does not and will need to be reconfigured. To configure your point of sale scale, see the configuration video.